Hello. Welcome back to Vampire the Masquerade. So, we're gonna continue here as we left off when we were on the way to Moto, and we just met our sire Reynard. Man, what an encounter. He's back. The old guy's back, but what does that mean for us? Trying to double cross him is gonna be one tough nut. Let's see if we're not overestimating our abilities here. Before we go to him, we have the opportunity to, it seems, have a small feeding tour, and I said it before that I will just take whatever side quests we're offered, because even though I'm not sure if we're not hungry, I think we're not hungry because we fed pretty regularly and I don't think we've used much blood, but it seems to me that this indicator is at 3 bars. I don't know what that means, so I know for sure that the right indicator, like below the New York, that one used to be at 1 bar. I know that from the beginning of the game it was at 1 bar. So maybe the game's also bugged out and just never moves these indicators down. Could also be that we're still stuck at 2 hunger. It seems like 2 out of 3 hunger. Usually in the pen and paper version, at least of the 5th edition, it's 5 hunger is the maximum. So even if we were at 2, it wouldn't be too bad. But I don't know how this game works. I didn't read the instruction manual, if there is one. I think there isn't. So let's just go. Huh. Right. I don't like to renege on the business already done. I really don't, but I'm alone and in a shitty mood. And the hunger is already slithering into my mind, taking over a few shreds of reason I'd rather keep for what's coming tomorrow night. So, when it just so happens that I'm in the right neighborhood, I make a beeline for the stash I sold to Skylar for the short but memorable meeting with Jess. Much to my surprise, well, not really. I was kind of expecting it wouldn't happen. It would happen given that Lady Luck decided to dump a steaming pile of shit right on the top of my head. Skylar's already there, rummaging through my former blood bags. Okay, that's a very big coincidence that she's exactly there right now. Hey, toss me one, won't ya? She jumps up, startled, and nearly drops the goods she's been holding while turning around to glare at me when I approach and help myself to a bag. I don't see any rings on your fingers. The hell are you on about? You know, give a thing and take a thing to wear the devil's golden ring, the way the saying goes. I plop down straight onto the sidewalk and look at her incredulously. You mean the nursery rhyme? What are you, 3? She stands next to me, but a careful distance away, while I sip a god-awful, thaumaturgically processed blood. A short silence hangs in the air like a brick. You look like shit. That's pretty much how I feel, too. So yeah, go ahead, laugh all you want. I really don't care. She does grin, but at least makes an attempt at concealing it. Guess she was raised better than I was. I would be rolling on the floor, laughing at the misery of a person who kicked my ass mere 4 nights prior. So, what happened? Did you find that sire of yours? I toss my head back and laugh hysterically for a while. God, it'd be easier to tell you what didn't happen. That little one. I don't know about her. Skylar. Let me just remind myself what clan was she. She's not of ours. She's the Thin Blood. Yeah, a well-connected alchemist. I mean, I don't have anything against her, to be honest. And maybe I do need to talk to somebody about this. It seems like everybody else forsakes me, so maybe I just need a friendly ear to listen. Let's talk about the hunters. Well, to an Anarch about that the Camarilla was like, well, why not? You heard about Elysium? Everybody heard about Elysium. I mean, what the fuck? Not that I pity the Blue Bloods, obviously, but it's bad news for all of us. But on the brighter side, there's a chance that red-headed bitch got what hers. Valerie? Nah, she's got out just fine. And you know how exactly? I was there. Like hell you were. I raised the bag in a mock salute. Right in the eye of the storm. A lot of good that did to me. She clearly wants to know more, but one look at my face stops her from prying. I get up onto my feet, feeling slightly more in control, and pat off the dirty snow off my clothes. Thanks. Hey, I owe you one. I rummage in my belt bag to retrieve a calling card, all bent and messy, with a string of numbers scrawled over it. I know you, Dustborn. Have it tough getting around the juicy suppliers, so here, my number. Give me a call and I'll see what I can do for you. I hesitate for a bit. Just give it a week or so. I've got some shit on my platter and I need to deal with that first. She takes it and looks down on it suspiciously, which, hey, fair. Thanks, are you gonna stick around New York or? Nah, girl, I'm out of here. I try not to get offended at the relief that washes over her face, so I start waving my hands energetically. Frankly, everybody just takes a hint and just leave. Everybody should take a hint and just leave. The city is starting to get straight up unbelievable. You can't even take a step without getting a shit from the Camarilla, hunters, mysterious floating river cunts. No, sir. I'll pass on that. She finally smiles at me and tucks the calling card into her pocket. Well, was I mean, yeah. See you around. Or not. I turn around on my heel and hurry away, chased by the awkwardness of our meeting. Thankfully, I don't need to see any other Femini tonight. 2, already pushing it. Friends in places. I'm such a mess, I can't even put together one coherent thought. I need to rest. And the only place I can think of is Matos. But without Patrick around, I wonder how welcome I'll really be. Well, let's find out. So, you weren't just bragging, huh? Mato gives my beer roughly once over. He gazes, tracing every line and shadow of it. There's an unmistakable hint of desire in his look, but he keeps his hand to himself, at least. It's quite something. Do all Ravnos roll in style like this? I couldn't tell you. We're too few and far between to keep tabs on each other. Mato lapses into silence again. This sort of deep contemplation doesn't seem to match his brawny exterior, but it's clear he's genuine, otherwise I might have sassed it off. Is it true that everyone's whispering about Elysium and all? Yep. He backs off when he sees I'm not keen on diving deeper. A rare kind he is. I should get going, but just one more question, alright? Should. Is Patty okay? Phew. I mean, we're pissed off at him for sure. He's fine, I think. I don't want to talk about it. Yeah, let's say he's fine. Last I saw him, he was fine. Dodged the worst of it, luckily. Relief washes over him. Thankful his best bud didn't catch the worst end of things last night. I sincerely believe Paddy doesn't deserve your friendship, oh gentle giant. Alright then. The garage is yours. Get some rest, Carly. You look like hell. I'll do my best. He gives a nod, as if tipping an invisible head, and strides away. But I'm left feeling like I missed something crucial. Mato? Yeah? Thanks. I owe you one. Forget about it. That goofy grin on his lights up and he disappears into the building next door. Now, It's just me. I thought sipping through the city at night might untangle my thoughts. Instead, it's knot them together even tighter. Every sensible part of me screams to cut and run, to leave all this madness behind. But then there's that impulsive side, the one that's been leading the charge since day one, convincing me there might just be some merit to Reynard's crazy plan. If being a raven has taught me anything, it's that snap decisions are those that tend to work out for me in the end. I'm not gonna decide anything right this minute. For now, I'm out. I'll see where my head is come nightfall. Meantime, I'm begging you, mistress. None of us saw that coming. It's just... Maybe the lad's wrong. Maybe we should just trust... Silence. Mistress? I find no reason to doubt that bewildering boy. He may speak with defiance, but his hunger for what I've offered to him is too great to forfeit. It is a bitter pill to swallow, but we have indeed been outmaneuvered. You shall hear the brunt of that mistake. Of that you can be certain. But this moment is not for groveling. It's for action. What should we do? You and those two other imbeciles of yours remain integral to the scheme. Maintain your roles. Pretend as though nothing has changed. And be utterly convincing in doing so. Once you secure the item, dispose of the others involved. All of them? All of them. So somebody's masquerading as them. He looked interesting, like a agent of some sort. Who knows? But we will end the night here. Night 7. New Year's Eve. That's when it all comes together. The big plan. The second my eyes open, torn as I might have been before, my mind's already made its choice, clear as day. I'm just too wired to follow my gut, to be driven by impulses. The good, the bad, or the totally random. And that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm jumping into a fray. I'm backing Reynard, not because I'm still hung up on him, or because it's some noble cause for our clan or Reynard's pipe dreams. Hell no. I'm in it for the thrill, the new, the downright ineffable. It's pretty much a death wish, but screw it. It comes with the Ravnos territory. Who the hell is knocking on my RV now? Carly, you in there? Get out of here fast! Oh, it's just my kind of host. Well, what choice do I have but to oblige? I guess I'm a bit of a long sleeper if everybody's always up before me. Mato? What's going on? Look, Carly. I'm really sorry, but you need to get out of here. Now. Did I mess up or something? He looks all twisted up like he's been on alert since we split up last night. Nah, you didn't. Just some serious shit hit the fan. I only just now found out. Staying here ain't safe for you. Is it that bad? It's a goddamn disaster. I wouldn't grill him a bit more, but his disaster isn't my circus. Not anymore. I've got other places to be. Give me 5 and I'm out of your hair. Thanks. It's for the best, really. Hit me up in a few months, yeah? Once everything's cooled down. Doubtful. I'm pretty much dead in the city now. I wasn't planning on a return trip either. This place is a magnet for bullshit. I see. That's a shame, really, but in case you change your mind, we'll see. Stay safe, Mato. He gives me a frantic nod. His mind is obviously racing with the fallout. The hell are the Energs up to? Yeah, whatever. I'm out. First things first. I'm gonna drive my baby back up to a nice little isolated parking spot. There are plenty here in New York, so my RV should be pretty secure there. Next, a rendezvous with Reynard and his endless travel. I hope he at least has cooked up a plan that doesn't involve my final death by design. I'm gonna throw everything it's got into getting that vial. And then we'll just see how good I really am at surfing through the sheer fucking chaos. Yes. Wonder what's up with the Anarchs. And whether we actually will betray, or manage to betray, Reynard. Burning Man. Reynard's a ruthless conman, willing to lie, cheat, and kill to get his hands on Sapathusa's blood. But as insane as it sounds, there's something undeniable thrilling about being part of the heist to end all heists. And I can't deny, unlife for the thrill. Unlife for the thrill. I'm a daredevil after all. Yeah. Alright, let's go to Manhattan. I show up early. Way too early. I tell myself it's just my usual routine, checking the perimeter to make sure it isn't waving any red flags, which is exactly what I end up doing. Old habits die hard, I guess. Next up, I'm on the prowl, eyes peeled for any sign of a trap, or anyone looking for trouble. I scour the place for a secret message, desperate for something that yells, "Kali babe, this one's for you." And then I grab the best hiding spot I can find, slip into the shadows, and settle in to wait. And wait. And wait. God damn it, where is he? I pace restlessly while the infamous clock of Tribeca Tower mocks me with its dead hands for my naivete. Minutes turn to what feels like hours. I start to feel like a complete moron, all wired and twitchy, waiting for him who never shows. Deja vu slaps me in the face hard. Same shit, different night. Well, maybe the gritty Manhattan backdrop adds to its own flavor to the bitterness. Hardly a week's gone by, and here I am, repeating my mistake. Except now, I'm willingly blindfolded myself, fully aware of the shitstorm I'm marching into. Damn, I'm too amped up to think straight. Why the hell would Reynard ditch me? Especially when he's been the one begging for my help. Unless he's been playing me the entire time again. Which, let's be honest, would make me the queen of fools. Make no sense though. No fucking sense whatsoever. Another half hour of fuming. I push forward, half hoping to just bump into him out of sheer luck. Turns out I should have bailed earlier because the asshole did leave a hint after all. It's just that my search was half-assed. He tweaked some old hobo signs, mixing in just enough of our secret sauce to make it barely noticeable. Must have been a rush job, or else I would have spotted it way sooner. The sign once meant free medical help to me, and Reynard reads, "This is a decoy, head this way," vaguely pointing towards Times Square. Okay, the side of the hobos once read free medical help. Okay, I don't look at the sentence here. To me, and Reynard's read. I guess the sign of Reynard reads, "This is a decoy, head this way." Something like that. God, there's something about this whole situation. Something I've been missing so much. It's not the sign itself, it's the person behind it. The familiarity in those messed up strokes. The sense that it was meant just for me. I loathe the very thought, but yeah, it wraps me up completely in his twisted sense of home. My clan's perverse idea of belonging. Focus on the damn job. You're a pro. You rule your emotions. They don't rule you. Remember that, kid. I snack out of it. Give myself a couple of good refreshing slaps and shove that yearning the ache that brings nothing but ruin back into the furthest corner of my mind. Reynard's own damn advice finally clicked, so at least there's that. I head for the subway without a second thought. I've got a direction, just a sliver of time to brace myself for whatever is waiting for me down the road. I find him one subway ride later, waiting in an alley a couple of blocks away from the Carnegie Hall. He's strutting around with that smug grin of his showing off his perched teeth. It's a miracle his loud overcoat isn't drowning out the hum of New Year's celebration. My sire, the king of bullshit. Just as infuriatingly memorable as ever. Seemed they chose that spot carefully. It's shockingly quiet here. Whatever's planned, it's clear they want to keep my uproar about the convey to a controlled minimum. They want to keep any uproar around the convoy a controlled minimum. Everything feels so mundane aside from the distant echo of celebrations and the view of the Times Square ball in the distance, reminding us we're tethering on the edge of a whole new year. The moment Reynard senses me nearby, he turns around and gives me that aggravating casual salute, signaling for me to come over. I know you wouldn't leave me down, kid. Sure you did. I spot 3 other kindred with him, all dressed in black and grey, radiating this weird aura that seems to pull the shadows closer to them. Vitras Goon. Evening, ma'am, Mr. Cassell. The trio fans out on Reynard's signal, scoping out the scenes and watching the street. I stand my ground, arms crossed, ready to vent my irritation when he comes over. You don't know Tarmas. I'm honestly baffled you haven't bumped into him yet. That guy's all over the shop. Tarmas? What, is he the Greek god of assholes or something? Nah, it's just his alias, I reckon. Smells like something from a Blake poem. Nah, he's all about that esoteric horseshit. I let the silence hang for a while, not trying to figure him out, but he's more of a closed book than ever. So, all these guys, they're Vitras crew? He pauses, smiling over his answer. Some of them, yeah. I drop my voice to a whisper. Can we trust them? I wouldn't trust them with a bottle opener. Trust? Who said anything about? His gaze sharpens, annoyance flickering across his face. A rare sight, but I've seen it before. Getting cold feet, Cardi? It's all in or nothing with me, you know it. Either you're fully on board, trusting my need, or we're done here. I give him a hard look. I just don't think any of these guys can actually pull it off. They'll manage. Plus, they're La Sombra. And that means shit in general. But tonight, they're our mobile electronic warfare. Anything modern tech goes haywire around them. Makes us nearly invisible to smartphone cameras. That's either incredibly risky or downright brilliant, and Reynard is rarely off the mark. Still not clear on what I'm supposed to be doing. He locks eyes with me for the first time since we met up last night. Gone is any hint of warmth I remember, replaced entirely by purpose. Chilling, undiluted purpose. That scares the undead shit out of me. I need you to be yourself, Carly. That cunning, sharp-tongued performer I embraced under the glare of that burning effigy. You've got this, trust me. I wouldn't bet against you. It'd damn well be a good bet. His grin, phony as a $3 bill, somehow eases the tension. We just sit there for a while, soaking in the quiet moment, a rare thing for our clan. Part of me aches to trust him. Damn, he's making it incredibly tempting. It would be so easy, so Soothing to let down my walls and shove all my skepticism aside. It would hurt a lot less. But I can't let myself go there, not with everything that's gone down. I've got to stay sharp, keep my defenses up, always on alert, especially against him. Convoy details. I mean, tonight you already answered. It's a good distraction. What about the hunters? I mean, you'll figure it out. Convoy details. Let's figure out the number one. Got any intels on the convoy? Number of vehicles, level of security, that kind of thing. Based on what I've gathered, their rolling was just one lightly armored van, unmarked to stay under the radar. Especially the driver and their right hand man up front, with a backup cart or two to follow, all trained for combat. He cuts himself off and raises to his feet in an instant. You'll have to figure out the rest as we go. Shit's about to go down. Okay, that's very bad. Just then, I catch a signal from one of the Sombras. The convoy is about to approach. Come, let's give those folks a show of their lifetime. Slipping back into my old self feels like putting a worn-out pair of jeans. Familiar and comforting, but you know all the places they pinch. So I pretend everything's the same, even though it's starting to chafe. Like we're just two old pals, him teaching, me learning. There's still that twisted respect there, I admit, but I'm not blinded by his bullshit anymore. This is the only way I can pull this off. That's my secret to keeping a poker face, even when I'm drowning in this sea of lies. Perhaps to truly discover myself, I had to vanish into the chaos first. But now I see clarity. I'm Kali, Ravnos, through and through. I'm my own damn self, not some puppet on strings. Let's fucking do this. By the time I get back to Reynard, he's already in full swing, working the crowd, which is only grew during our little chat. Ladies and gentlemen, if I may have your undivided attention for just a moment. Yes, you too, big guy. I need you all to be part of this. Without you, there is no magic. He pauses for the dramatic effect, casting his gaze all around, and somehow everyone immediately turns towards him, fixated on his captivating gestures. What the actual fuck, Reynard? Thought you were aiming for low-key. Hang tight, kid. Let the maestro do his work. He weaves through the crowd, pulling in the stranglers with his charm and dazzling them with a quick-finger tricks. I catch sight of a few smartphones coming out, but two of our Sombra crew are on it, sticking close to ensure all the recordings end up a grainy mess. Tonight, we are diving headfirst into the unknown. I'm inviting you on an expedition of wonder. Are you with me? A resounding hell yeah echoes back. I keep my own lips sealed. To the fine folks gathered in this crazy, beautiful jungle, tonight you're the key masters to the secrets of the universe. But I gotta ask, are your minds open? Are you prepared to question everything you've ever believed? The crowd's gorging on the drama. We are just puppets to the rules, the laws of physics, moral codes, you name it. And let's not forget ordinances, the chains of our so-called society. I bet plenty of you get exactly what I mean. Especially you, sir. Yes, you in the Kashmir West. You look like you're got at least a couple of unfair parking tickets to your name, am I right? The joke's lame as hell, but the crowd's eating it up. But what if I said, fuck the rules tonight? What if I showed you the truth so wild it breaks every damn law? What paves the path to true freedom? In a second, my beautiful assistant and I are going to blow your minds with something that's been years in the making. It ain't a simple trick. It challenges what we accept as reality. So, one more time, are you with me? The crowd's buzzing, giving me a moment to throw a jab Reynard's way. Jesus, Reynard, this is your master plan, working the crowd? Come on, don't be such a Debbie Downer. You are loving this. You're the headliner, after all. Our spectacle. It's your call. You lost your goddamn mind. We've rocked this shit before, Kali. Loads of times. It's gonna be legendary. Trust me. I won't trust him. Thank you very much. But even though I played pissed, I'm secretly buzzing with excitement. I know exactly the kind of magic we're going to pull off tonight. Oh. Seems like... Okay, what's the options usually? Fata Morgana, the Grand Mirage? Fata Morgana. I guess for that probably might have needed to increase some other disciplines. So I can still take a look here, right? Like what my disciplines are. Like we have animalism, presence. Probably presence would have needed to be increased further. But how could I have increased it further? I only had like one chance to increase something this whole chapter. So maybe Fata Morgana is an obfuscate or animalism one. I think 3 is the maximum probably you could have gotten. So entrancement, the passion is the true magic. So that's probably the presence one. Ah yeah, there's actually symbols, yeah. I'm stupid. So the top one is the same symbol as the obfuscate here. Presence is the star. Yeah, it makes sense. So I increased the star one to 3, so that's the one I can use probably. Passion is the true magic. Yeah, working the crowd, being extroverted, being that, like that's my calling. We're hitting them with a 1-2-2. That's our shorthand for the tricks, complexity, and style we're about to pull off. It's his brainchild, so he gets the message right away. Passion, huh? Sure about that? I'm tweaking the formula on the go. Just watch. He nods and hypes up the crowd even further. Ladies and gentlemen, believers or skeptics, this act is going to rock the core of your very being. Feel the pulse of the earth, the rhythm of the stars, the heartbeat of the human spirit. Tonight, we're going to show you the power of true magic, the hex most ancient, the most powerful enchantment of all, raw, unadulterated passion. He sets the stage on fire with this intro, but I'm already ablaze. Oi, Raven! The SAD, they're here! I jerk my head towards him. That dumbass from Vitros' gang is pointing at some plane van rolling up, shadowed by our dark sedan, both jammed up to the thanks to our street act. Reynard spots them and smirks like he's just won the lottery. You good to go, kid? Yeah, let's fucking do this. Knock their socks off. Make sure you grab everyone's attention. I nod, stepping forwards with my killer smile, arms raised and drawing attention as I drop into a graceful bow. Ladies and gentlemen, and anyone in between, I dare you to raise your heads and meet the gaze of Aphrodite, the gaze of Ishtar and Freya, the gaze of a goddess of love. Stuck as I am in this dramatic mood, I remain wide awake and alert, ready to react and prey upon an unsuspecting bystander. Where are you, my Adonis? Come, my Hedon, come meet me under the pale blue sky. Under the pale sky. I feel like a dumbass wiggling around like a snake trying to be seductive, but it doesn't matter. All I need is one victim, witting or not. My eyes flick towards a sudden movement at the edge of the crowd, someone swiftly closing in. Out of the crowd doesn't part in so much as it splits out a policeman, feathers all ruffled, spewing some bullshit at Reynard about us not having a permit, ordering us to stop, threatening us with arrest. Perfect. Looks like we have our brave volunteer. Come to the stage, my good sir, and let yourself be swept off your feet. The crowd erupts into a cheer, the policeman's face growing red as a tomato, and I can't help but chuckle. Reynard may have many vices and very few merits, but he does have an exceptional eye for victims. I dance a few steps towards the policeman until we're nose to nose and toe to toe, and flash him a killer smile, channeling all my allure into him. I feel bigger, stronger, more consequential than I've ever been, He can't tear his eyes away from me, and my voice hits him like a Cupid's arrow right in the ear. Come on, big guy. Show me what you've got. His face slackens for a second before lighting up, getting all soft and completely, absolutely fucking delusional, eyes blinded by passion and lust. I didn't expect him to devolve so quickly onto what I must have thought was a mating dance, but the Rubicon has been crossed. So I stand there amidst the frenzied crowd, watching the policeman rapidly shedding his clothes to the rhythm of the song playing in the background. I have no idea how falling for me got translated to his brain into an awkward, albeit enthusiastic striptease, but oh well, as long as it works. The crowd cheers and jeers, egging the man until he has nothing left to give. When he's captured all the attention, I spin on my heels, slipping out of his sight, out of everybody's sight. From the corner of my eye, I catch the policeman snapping back to reality, frantically gathering his clothes as he makes a hasty exit. Reynard shoots me a nod of quiet acknowledgement and seemingly segues into his neck deck. Only then, the tension slams into me like a truck, nearly sending me to my knees. It worked. It fucking worked. I sigh. A pointless gesture, but it somehow resets my inner balance. Yet this nagging unease, this dread of screwing up, continues to slither up my spine. I clench my jaw and I stand my ground, locked in, fully alert. Reynolds got the crowd hyped up past the point of no return. The La Sombras trio scanning over every corner, watching the SAD's van like hawks. That van, so plain and unnoticed, carries a vial of vitae so ancient it challenges all logic. Do these agents even know the treasure they're carting around? SAD, Special Affairs Division, a rare breed of mortals with an insight into our hidden world, spearheading the crusade against all evil. It feels like some messed up fairy tale, but hey, I used to say the same shit about vampires, didn't I? The agents step out, the driver leading the way, his right-hand man glued to his back, shotguns at the ready, their gazes laser focused on the mob. They are beyond pissed. The driver attempts to disperse the crowd, screaming his lungs out, but it's like shouting into a black hole. Reinhardt's got the crowd wrapped around his finger, entrenched deep in their heads. And can you see? We just started, and here they are, breathing down our necks, trying to control us. They're trying to fucking chain you up. Are you really going to let that happen? Are you going to let them rip your freedom away just like that? The crowd, as if waiting for a signal, starts booing the convoy's guards, who are totally lost trying to make sense of the chaos. In the midst of it all, the Sombra trio moves into place, smoother than shadows. I'm on edge, jittery, waiting for my moment. So, what are we waiting for, people? Let's tear them a new one! With Reynard's word lighting the fuse, the crowd explodes in a fury, closing in on the guards, who are frantically trying to not pull the triggers. The other two agents in the sedan are completely overrun, trapped by this seething mass. Reynard gives me a signal and melts into the crowd, making a beeline for the van. I catch his drift and move. Weaving through the crowd, I make my way towards the two agents swarmed by the angry mob, gently pushing bystanders aside with a blend of finesse and resolve. It doesn't take long before I spot the key in the van's rear door, swinging from the driver's belt. I edge closer, focused and driven, though the acceleration almost betrays me. My hand barely shakes with excitement as I grasp the key, but the guard senses a slight tug and instantly turns, our eyes meeting in a silent standoff. Yeah, I'm using disciplines here. I think that we want to be unaware. Don't sweat it. You've got bigger problems, buddy. The guard, strangely sane given what just happened, nods and turns to fend off the increasingly aggressive crowd. I make a swift exit, not sticking around to see how it all plays out. I head towards the van, the key in hand. I could swiftly snatch the vial, but a firm grip on my shoulder stops me dead in my tracks. Nice done, kid. Now hand over the key. His gaze is chilling, void of warmth. Let go of me. We're running out of goddamn time. Look at the crowd. You've wound them up way too much. I know. Give me the key. I'll get the vial as fast as I can. Before I can even snap back, he's already darting towards the van, the key somehow swiped straight from my hand. I try to follow, but suddenly, the throng of people swells, effectively blocking my path. This nagging unease slithers up my spine again. Feels like a goddamn century, but finally, Reynard struts out of the van, a wrapped-up bundle flush against his chest like he's the Cullinan diamond, like it's the Cullinan diamond. I'm waving like a maniac, trying to get his attention, but he straight up ignores me. I'm yelling, trying to break through the wall of noise, and just when I'm about to, a shotgun blast tears through the noise, leaving defiant silence in its wake. Panic fractures the crowd. The SADH finally pieced together the clusterfucks, but it's too late. Tharmas and his psycho Sombra crew are already ripping into them, shredding any chance of order before the agents know what hit them. It's pure anarchy. Then Tharmas, that crazy bastard, turns on Reynard with a snarl. The other Sombras pounce on the other agents who've just managed to stumble out of their sedan. And me? I'm just standing there, paralyzed, completely fucking useless. Amidst this mayhem, the Times Square ball illuminates the night, its colors vibrant as it nears the final moments of its descent. It's weirdly gorgeous. The most beautiful thing I've ever seen. My voice falters. I mean, I don't mind him dying, to be honest, at this point, feeling... Reynard. He's been everything. My maker, my mentor, my shield. The supreme overlord of bullshit. But now, when he looks at me, there's nothing there. I don't know who this person is. Maybe the Reynard I thought I knew was never real to begin with. I'm not sure what those mean at all. Like, am I talking to the people who are trying to kill him, or to him? I think I wouldn't be too commanding, if anything. Reynard, stop! His gaze jumps from the vial he's clutching to Tharmas, then to me, and then he's gone, dashing towards Central Park, just fucking off and leaving me stranded. Again. I finally shove my way out of the crowd, barely noticing Tharmas chasing down Reynard with one of those somber goons hot on their heels. But I'm not really focused on them. No, it's because the last Somber is barreling towards me, I screaming, I'm gonna fuck you up, with the bloody mess from the SAD sedan as his backdrop. Is this the Kindred equivalent to staring down the barrel? I fight back as hard as I can, but he's just too strong. He slams me to the ground, his eyes burning with a wild frenzy, hungry for my demise. I close my eyes, steeling myself for what's next. It's close. I can sense it. My reckoning. And then, pain. Excruciating pain, like a blade carving through my cheekbone, burrowing towards my brain. But the oblivion doesn't come. Instead, the heavy weight of a motionless corpse pins me down. Oddly comforting. Like a big, warm, chunky blanket on a winter's night. My eyes snap open against my will. The Dathombra suck. His head is a mess. Tumbles off me, returning my freedom. Guess the same bullet that obliterated his skull must have kissed my cheek too. The sidewalk next to me erupts, the deafening roar of bullets chasing the impact. I'm up and running before I can think twice. Not even glancing back because it's clear as day. The SAD isn't fucking around. They've got snipers ready to pick me off. The crowd's thinning, but there are enough people left for me to slip away, heading straight for Central Park. With every step, my wrath grows within me like a tidal wave, stronger and more vicious than ever. So, I will end the episode here since it's been a good cliffhanger, but I'm very excited to see what's next and how we're going to catch up, hopefully, to Reynard next time. See you then. Take care.